Hey, I'm Anitra with Augusta Partnership for Children, and thank you for joining our Parent Lunch Cafe. Today we have a representative from Richmond County Board of Education, Mrs. Andrews Milton. She's been with the board for 30 years, and she is here to give you guys some tips on how to stay on track for a successful school year. All right.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, everyone.
Good
Yes, I
afternoon.
do work for the Richmond County school system, but today I would just like to come to you and talk to you just like parent to parent. I wish we could be face to face so we could interact and learn from each other. A lot of tips that I give you are probably nothing brand new. I'm borrowing them from other people and from research. So we're just going to jump right in. To my presentation today. I hope, Ms. Brown, everyone can see my screen that I am sharing. So first, I would just like to look at the vision and mission statement for the Richmond County school system. I strongly suggest all parents, if you don't belong to Richmond County, whatever district you belong to, take a look at that vision and mission statement and make sure that you see some key things that lead to the education of your child. For example, Richmond County, we want to provide an equitable education to all of our students to prepare them for life beyond the classroom. Now, we know that our work, K through 12, doesn't stop with the child. The child keeps going. So we want to make sure that they are globally competitive once they leave our school system. And we do that through teaching, learning, collaboration, and innovation. Then Richmond County also has some belief statements. I highlighted that last one because excellence in education is not just with the school system alone, it is the responsibility of that individual child, the home, the school, and the community, all working together as one. Now, as I was preparing myself for today's speech, I looked up some quotes, and then there are all kind of quotes out there about being, like this perfect or this ideal parent. And I just came to the conclusion that just does not exist. Our little babies did not come to us with like directions on their back. That would have been wonderful. Then we would know all the perfect little things to do. But we're in it together. And I personally like to interact. I like to talk to other mothers, other parents, grandparents, and ask their suggestions all the time. I realize that yes, God bless me with my children, but I am not in this alone. And then this little quote said, at the end of the day, the most overwhelming key to a child's success is what? That positive involvement from the parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles. We all play a role in that child's success. Now, just take a look. This is a little research out there. When parents are involved, it does lead to some very positive outcomes. Students that have very active parents usually have higher grades. They score better on standardized test scores. Their social skills are better. They have better behavior. And then they can kind of adapt better to different social and school settings. Now, if we didn't learn anything this last year and a half, we know that we had to do a lot of adaptation between being in the school, learning from home, the whole virtual e-school. So it helped when you had a very involved parent to kind of talk and walk you through that. Now, I love graphics. I have an elementary education background. I love graphics. So I like this little graphic that's on the screen. If you see where it says parent involvement, plus the school involvement equals what? That's student success. So most school systems or most schools, they kind of offer like resources and opportunities to parents to be involved. Please pay attention to those flyers, to the emails, to their website. Try to attend some of those workshops. Some schools even have like parent facilitators or a parent designee, or even like a homeroom mom that might reach out to you, a homeroom dad. Get involved. They might have like a resource center or some extra materials that you can go to the school. Just whatever it is, whatever opportunity that school presents itself to be involved, to be active, please take advantage of that. Now, in Richmond County, we always talking about, building parent capacity. So those workshops and those webinars that I just mentioned, all of that is to build our capacity. Yes, I've been in the education field for many, many years, but it's still so much more, especially once my kids hit high school, that I discovered like, hey, I don't understand it. Hey, I don't understand. So just make sure that whenever you have the opportunity to kind of build your capacity or find out more about your child's education, that you're taking advantage of that. It's okay to let your child's teacher know that, hey, I don't know all the standards for this grade level. Or can you tell me what are the promotion requirements? What is the attendance policy? Ask those questions. Some people didn't even know that there was an attendance policy. Hey, my child is out. Do I need to send them with the note? Can I just tell the child to tell the teacher that I was out? So find out all those policies and make sure that you are following the rules so your child won't have any hiccups once they go back to school. Now let's look at just 10 tips. Like I said, I borrowed a lot from some research out there. So I just found 10 tips that help us as parents just kind of keep our child on track. And of course, I had to throw in that little graphic because you see in the graphic, they're at that starting line. So when our babies start elementary, we all excited and heart racing and we are ready. In some kind of way, by middle and high school, some of us kind of slow down a little bit. So, as parents, let's just take a look at 10 tips that can help all of us keep our child on track. The first one is setting up that daily routine. Now, that's probably like one of the hardest for me. Yes, I work 8 to 5, but sometimes my 8 to 5 turns into 5:30, 6 o'clock. But I have found when my kids know when it's time for dinner, my expectations for what time I expect homework, bedtime, that really helps keep everyone, including myself, on track. Provide them like a space or a place, like this is their homework. So they won't be getting up looking around for book bags and worksheets. Everything kind of stays at their desk or stays at their area, wherever it might be. So they have their own little place for their homework or their work time. Check over assignments. Now, I believe in being honest, and I'm going to tell you some of that high school stuff, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm not even going to try. But I will stand on my daughter's shoulder. I will ask her, like, hey, did you finish your homework? You know what? Explain this to me. Tell me about it. So that's some of our way of checking. Now, if you understand and you can sit there and go through it and make sure it's 100% right, do that as well. And then talk to your child. Ask them about the day. You know, why are you working on this assignment? What did you have to do? Do you have any projects, any due dates? Do I need to be buying materials? The worst thing in the world is to have a science project due at the end of the week. They haven't started on it. So ask them about those due days. When is it? Do they need the materials? You need to go to the store. Find out exactly what they're doing. And it's okay even to email the teacher to ask them, like, is it anything I need to put on my calendar for the next month, any major projects? Then, as we are strolling down this track and assisting them promote literacy, read. I personally love to read. 2 out of 3 of my children like to read. One of them will pick up a book, the other one, she'll pick up her phone and read. But make sure that they have some kind of literature, even if it's magazines. But make sure you are telling them about the importance of staying up on their reading and then check their Lexile level. Talk to your child's teacher to make sure that they are reading on level. And then what can you do as a parent in the home to assist them with that? Now this next little one I struggle with. I'm gonna be honest. Limiting and monitor that TV and that gaming time. So some parents I know they'll tell me that they use it as a reward. Homework finished, good grades. Yes, you can play the game. I am not as strict with that probably as I need to be, but I know that it is important that they're not spending all their time in front of the TV or in front of those games. Then let your child know your expectations about school. Talk to them about what you expect as far as their grades and their behavior. Let them know your level of expectations, set them high, and then express that to your child. Participate in your child's education. How can I do that? Well, there's always surveys. I know in my school district, always coming home, or someone's asking me to attend a meeting of some sort. They're asking my advice. Please take those serious. Like I said, I work with title grants, so I know if you are in a school district that receives title funds, every now and then they're going to ask you to come to an input meeting. And then, like I said, you might get that survey. Fill those out. I promise you, we are reading them. And when there are adjustments that we can make and that we can do, we try to do so. Go to those conferences, those open houses, any kind of workshops, webinars. A lot of them are virtual now, so it's very convenient for me. I can still be at work or on my way home and just log in on my phone. And then there are community resources. A lot of times people say, oh, it's nothing in the area to do, it's nothing. Please look at the community calendar, check out the thing. I know WJBF, they advertise a lot. A lot of people forget about that we have two museums here in the area. We have some nature trails here in the Augusta area. So take advantage. Use every opportunity as possible to make it a learning experience to help keep your child and that learning frame mind and keep them on the right track. Now, I love graphics. This graphic right here came straight from the Georgia Department of Education website. It names a lot of those things that I just named a few minutes ago to help keep your child on track. But it did mention one additional one. It talks about volunteering. So I know in Richmond County, if you go to our student services website, it tells you exactly about how you can volunteer. It tells you when we have volunteer trainings. But no matter what school district a child might belong to, check out when to volunteer and not just for field trips. You can help out in the classroom, help out in the media center, bus loading time in the cafeteria. There are tons of ways that a school could use you as a great volunteer. I am going to share this PowerPoint with the group so you can have access to that link. This might be like a little poster or something that you might want to print out and just keep. Another one that I found, it talks about additional ways to help your child stay successful at school. And it had a few things that I didn't mention before. One important thing it said, don't talk negative about your school and about the teacher. I know we all get in our feelings because no matter how old they are our babies. And we want to make sure that they are being treated fairly at the school. And sometimes we have to go have those adult conversations away from the child. But just be mindful of that. Don't talk negative about the school or the teacher or the principal or that Title I person or that federal programs person. Just try to stay positive, get them alternatives to any situation they might bring to you. Then another one that I found in this graphic was teach your child responsibility. Now, of course, that looks very different for elementary than a high school or a college. So, elementary, what's their responsibility? Maybe they can make sure that their book bag is packed every night. They might can help you lay out their clothes, help turn on the alarm clock or set it on their phone. That might be their level of responsibility, giving you the notes that come home every day. For my older high school daughter, if she's having an issue or a question, I allow her to email her teachers and she CCs me to keep me up to date. So you have to determine based on the age and your child's level, what is their level of responsibility. But start teaching them to be responsible for their education and talk to them about it each and every day. That is so important in helping them remain responsible. Now, in preparing for this, oh, I got a question. Okay. So it says, I can start right here. Let's answer this question. What do you recommend for a single parent who unfortunately work in the afternoon and evening, but the child is able to be at home alone, but a person at home supervised? Any special tips for them? Well, as far as homework, keeping that communication open with the child's teacher to make sure. And then we do have a set of resources that I can make sure that the group gets of some like free agencies that provide after school care if needed. So I'll make sure the group gets that booklet as well. Thank you for that question. Now, just the world that we live in, we can't have any presentation without talking about, COVID. This caused a lot of stress. It kind of changed the way I think about things and changed the way I look at life completely. Now, a lot of these things we were already doing. I'm sure everyone was washing their hands. We probably wash them a little bit more now and use hand sanitizer a little bit more. Covering your nose, knowing the correct way to sneeze. Believe it or not, my 20-year-old, I had to review with them like this. It's how you sneeze, baby. Don't cough, don't sneeze out loud. You hate to be like avoiding everybody, but look around. Avoid that close contact. Don't rub your eyes. I am a eye rubber. I'm always up by my mouth. But hey, COVID came in, introduced me. Keep your hands and stuff away from your face, away from your mouth. And then you like that last one on here. We all know. Try to stay at home when you're sick or you even think you are sick. And then keep your area and everything clean, nice and clean, sanitize the little wipes. Everybody's selling them. So make sure you're wiping out your door handles, your frequently used areas. So do all you can to keep you and your area safe and clean. Now, like I said, COVID kind of changed some things with me. And then, to be honest, it caused me a little stress. So, without children, it might have caused them stress. So, make sure you're talking about them, about the changes, even like with the change in schools, when we had to go to virtual or when we have our learn at home. Make sure you're having those conversations with your child so they fully understand it and they won't be developing like these internal fears. Students struggle with a lot, even like tests on Friday. Sometimes I have to talk my daughter through that to keep her calm on that test. Like, relax, breathe, you studied, review, like, talk to me about it. The exams are writing essays will cause them, getting that report card, those midterms grades. Sometimes the game that they have to play, all of that's causing them like sometimes a little bit of stress and anxiety. So make sure you're communicating with them and then you are giving them some tips that they can use to help bring down their stress level. So I'm gonna ask, I think I found this like short 2 little minute video and it talks about how to reduce stress.
How to decrease stress. Every one of us is hit with some type of stress every day, and how we deal with that stress is crucial to our health. So let's take a look at some ways to deal with, or at least decrease stress. Number one, keep a notebook or journal. Keep a notebook with you for a couple of weeks and write down stressful situations you encounter and how you respond to them. Read through your notes and see if you can find ways to respond differently to those situations that will result in less stress. Number two, slow down. Take a moment and take some deep breaths and allow your body to try and relax and clear your mind. Give yourself some time before reacting to a stressful situation. It's better to react with a clear mind than one that is put under intense stress. Number three, get more active in your life. Exercise is a great stress reliever, as are physical hobbies such as tennis, hiking, or golf. Taking a walk and listening to music are great ways to relieve stress as well. Number four, eat a healthy diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables that have vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber, which help with digestion, proper bodily function, and strengthening your immune system. When your body is properly nourished, it will be better prepared to handle the effects of stress. Number five, make consistent time in your schedule for relaxation and fun. Most days we pack our schedule with the tasks of everyday life, oftentimes not committing the time to doing things we enjoy. You need to make sure your schedule has a list of the things you have to do and the things you want to do. Number six, have strong social connections with people. Building relationships and friendships with people you can lean on can help when times get tough. Sometimes just talking about a stressful situation or getting your thoughts out can relieve a lot of the stress. Your friends can also give you a fresh perspective on the situation, and you may realize that things aren't as bad as you originally thought. Number seven, make sure you get enough good quality sleep. Sleep allows your mind and body to rest and repair itself from the daily grind. Lack of sleep or poor quality sleep can negatively affect your judgment and mood, leading to even more stress. Number eight, when you leave work, actually leave work. Don't allow yourself to think about work, check work emails, or even talk or text with coworkers if the conversation is going to be about work. Number nine, be grateful for what you do have. Think about everything good in your life. Maybe it's the great relationship you have with your spouse or partner, the wonderful kids you're raising, or a recent accomplishment you achieved. Spend a few minutes thinking about the things that really matter in your life. Number 10, if all else fails, seek professional help. Minimizing stress can be a difficult task, and there's nothing wrong with getting help. Your mind and body will be grateful.
All right. So every time I played that yesterday for a couple of times, and I'm just gonna be honest with you all, a couple of those things I still have to go back and force myself. But talk to your child about, eating healthy. I know I am quick to grab a bar when I have a lot to do. Take time out, move away from the homework sometimes, move away even from all of the social, the all those social media things that they're into, and just take time, build like relationships, learn how to talk face to face sometimes, getting enough sleep, setting that bedtime. I know I talked about that earlier. Like staying on that routine will help the whole family. And then that one about just being grateful. No, it's always gonna be something out there that we might want, but just sometimes you just need to stop, look around, and just be grateful for all the things that you do have. Now, I like free, y'all. I like free. I like free resources. And like I said, I don't know it all. Yes, I've been an educator for many, many years, but I realize that there are some subject areas I just cannot help my child with. So these are some free resources that we have. If your child attends Richmond County, they have access to FEVD tutoring 24 hours a day. But there's also like Khan Academy, and there are all types of learn at home, a lot of free games out there, a lot of free websites with worksheets out there. So please don't sit back and allow your child to struggle. If they're struggling in anything, I'm telling you, it's a Khan Academy video that covers every subject area and it walks them through it. So you are not alone. Then, if you are anywhere near this area, we do have what we call the Richmond County Success Center. It is filled with all types of resources. On the screen is their address. They're located on Walton Way. They're open Monday through Thursday. They have a clothing closet. They can talk to you about volunteering if you are in the Richmond County area. And then they also have something like a food market where they give away food on certain days of the week. Within that area is also the Geneva Stallings Title I Parent Center, and it has books. You go in there, third grade, my child's struggling in math, they'll give you like a workbook you're not checking out, it's yours to keep. They also have some educational games, some manipulatives, worksheets, and then there's a computer with a printer in case you have to go in and help your child work for a project. Maybe you're just trying to research and find some ways to help your child. So that is available for you as well. Now, as I wrap up, I know we're talking to parents and guardians and teachers, but it takes all of us, y'all, working together. And when we do that, guess what? Everyone wins. We all get to the finish line and we win together. That is my contact information. Like I said, I do work for the Richmond County School System. I am the Federal Programs Director. But I just want to thank you for taking time to come on and just listen and just talk to me back and forth, just parent to parent. I really enjoyed this opportunity and thank you because if you know me in real life, you know I am very quiet and I stay to myself. So this really took a lot for me to come on here, but I really appreciate, the opportunity, and I will make all of these resources available to you all. You still muted, Miss.
Sorry about that. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Mrs. Angeline. Also, we will get those resources posted either in the comments or on another page. And I think you addressed all the questions we had. Yeah, I think you did. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you so much again for asking me. And like I said, we do have tons of free resources. But I know I'm from Richmond County, but all of our surrounding districts receive like Title One or some other type of grant funding. So if there are any parent in need of any kind of resources, please reach out to your child's school or to their central office.
Awesome. Great. All right. Any other questions? I think we got them all. All right. Thanks again. And you guys have a great one. Thank you all for joining us.